Okay, so your first assignment this year is how to write better sentences. Seems like kind of a goofy place to start after almost 10 years of school to go back to what it takes to write a good sentence. But the basic thing is every good sentence has this right here. The who, what, when, where, and why. This is sort of like the basic premise of all sports writers and newspaper reporters when you're trying to give people information. If it doesn't have the who, what, when, where, why, then it's really not that informative to the reader. They feel kind of cheated out of something. So whenever you write a sentence or whenever you write a paragraph or a story, you always want to make sure that you're always including the who, what, when, where, why. Now, it doesn't have to be in every sentence because that'll sound pretty stupid. But the whole basic gist of any part of a writing piece needs to include the who, what, when, where, why. And so right here is your first part of the assignment. It's to write some sentences showing that you know how to use the who, what, when, where, why. The young soldier who struggled all night when through the jungle where to reach his base camp before the enemy could reach him. Why? So in that one short sentence, I could have just said, the young soldier reached the base camp. That doesn't tell us that much. It tells us the basic information. All right, so just take this sheet and write your own sentence doing the same thing. Make sure you put the who and the when and the where and the why. Try to include at least 3 or 4 of those basic things. You don't always have to include every single one of them. This is just replace text, just bang on them. All right. The second thing you do is you add imagery and action. As human beings, we remember things when we can visualize them. And the best writers use images and actions when they write. Images and actions are built using nouns and verbs. Not so much the adjectives, but sometimes some descriptive adjectives does a lot for a sentence. The examples down here. Ginny ran into the house. Yeah, doesn't tell you that much. So I add a little more detail. Ginny ran into the house like she was late for a date. I used a little simile to create an image. Image. I'll have to fix that sometime. I'll fix it right now. How's that? All right. The red car pulled out of the driveway. Instead of saying that, the classic red Mustang convertible squealed out of the driveway and onto the Birch Street. Do another little editing right there. How's that? Okay. That sentence, I added some descriptive adjectives. All right. So for the last part of this simple assignment, just do something for a tree fell in the woods, playing through the sky, I'm not feeling well today. Just make them more interesting, more visually rich and memorable sentences. All right. That's your first major writing assignment of the year. It's actually not very major, but it's good to know. Okay, give it a whirl.